Hello, I am going to do a little makeup tutorial for you since you are sending me all of yours. First, I'm going to start with foundation. So, this is Blank Face, nothing on it but a little bit of moisturizer. Okay, so I use the Hard Candy, as you know, and then I just started using Back to the Sponge, which I love. The other few things that I use is this brush and this little guy and this one. I use this around my eyebrows so I don't ruin them. They're not colored yet, but that is what I do. So I just go like this straight on here. I have a little mirror here, so I'll be looking in there. And just go straight up here, as close to my eyelid as I can without getting it, or my eye, without getting it into my eye. Helps to go like this. Brings down the skin. And just softly pat. I use this dry. I don't really like to get it wet. And then I just blend it in with the parts down here that don't have color on it, like this. Then I move on to the next eye. Again, pulling down my skin. And then blending it. And carrying down to the rest of my face. Making sure to kind of blend it all in so it's not splotchy. I don't go on my lip. I like the natural color on my lip. And besides, whenever I do lipstick, I like to kind of be more natural looking, I guess. Because you can kind of always see the foundation on it and it creases, and so sometimes I'll purposely brush my teeth after I do my makeup to make sure it's fully lip, natural lip color. I don't do too much under, above, I guess above the lip, because it kind of looks fake and dirty, and it kind of makes you look like you have hair, kind of cast the shadow, so I don't do it too much. So I usually just kind of blend what was over here back into here, more of that. And you want to be careful, the same thing right around the creases and right around the edge of your face. But I like using the sponge because it makes it not look so cakey, but still have makeup on. So it's nice. And when I do my forehead, I kind of like to do more upper motions to help with wrinkles, to prevent them, and if that area already has them, to kind of hide them a little bit more. And because I don't have color on my eyebrows yet, I'm kind of going on top of them. And then now I'm going more of where I don't have color on it to really blend it in. Then I get this brush and I'll do my eyelids. I use this brush because I have fake lashes on, so I don't want to ruin them. And I just do kind of upper motions as close as I can get without getting them makeup on them. And then that kind of leaves strokes. So I get this and just blend it in. I didn't put any color on this. Just blend it in so I don't have those strokes. And then it's the same color because I have kind of a reddish purplish eyelid and you can see the veins and stuff, so I try to hide that. And it also really helps my eyeshadow stay on and have the true color of eyeshadow that it is given, so I'm just gonna do that. Okay, so now that I have my foundation on, I kind of just see maybe the blemish areas or the dark circle areas that I want to kind of touch up, and I'll use this sponge again and I'll just kind of like tap on here just a little bit to get a tiniest bit on there, and I'll just kind of blend very softly that area just to hide a little more blemish or a little more darker. Got a little bit more there, so I'll just kind of pat and then go on other areas because I really don't want too much in one area. It makes it look cakey, and that is the last thing that I want. I want it to look natural. Just a little of the blemish areas, and you can touch up as you go, as you see it kind of dry in, but you usually don't need too much on it. If I do have an area that I just can't cover, or I have really dark eyes, under eyes, I'll use this. It's Hard Candy Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer. It really is heavy duty and you don't need much. It's always kind of wider than the actual foundation I use. And I would just like go like barely get any on my finger and just tap it on and just blend it in. And if it's too white, then after that's dried in, I would go with my color on top of it. Just kind of get off my fingers like that. And so for right now, I'm done with this. I usually touch up after I do my eyebrows, or I'll do my eyebrows first and then I'll usually be done after. But sometimes you'll catch something. So for my brows, I use a brush like this and a brush. Lots of those. And I've been starting to use Tattoo Studio by Maybelline brow gel. Kind of looks like mascara. It goes on dark, so you kind of want to buy a lighter color. And then this from, you can get it from MAC or Sephora. I'm sure there's other places that sell it. Anastasia Beverly Hills is what it says on there, and the color I'm using is soft brown, but it also says on here dip brown pomade. I don't know, I've been using it for a long time. I really like it. Always gotta have a Q-tip. The other things I tend to use are pencil. It really doesn't matter what brand, it just matters what color. And then sometimes I will also use something like this, also Maybelline Tattoo. Just kind of like strokes on there. But lately I've been really liking this. You just have to be really careful not to get too much. So I go like this. And always brush my brows first into the area that I want to make them look natural. And then I'm going to move my mirror a little closer. I just go with the strokes, but very lightly. Go with just right onto my brow. want to go slow, but not take too long because it is a gel and it will stick it right there. So if that's not how you want your brow to look, you kind of want to move fast. But very soft brushes. I always get scared I'm going to end up doing like mascara on my eyes. I always freak out. And then I just get my Q-tip and just kind of, if I messed up anywhere, kind of comb it down just a little bit. Because I don't really want them sticking up. I want them more natural looking, but look how full that just made them. So it's not too dark, which is good. Because I have blonde in my hair, and so I don't want too dark. And then I don't dip it back in, so I just go straight to the other one. I always feel awkward like this, but just slow. Just comb up. I comb with the way that my hair grows. So that way I was going up, and now I start to go like this. And I'm trying to get more of my hair than more of my skin. Like right there, you can tell it's on my skin, not my hair. And that's why I go like this. And that's why I left my foundation out, so I can kind of touch up. Because as you can see, it kind of smears on my skin. But that's okay. I always end up doing one brow perfect and then the other brow's like, ugh, I should start over. That's okay. That's why I have this one, where I don't have any color on it, and I just can kind of comb through it. So if I kind of got it a little clumpy or not the angle that I wanted it to comb, I can just kind of comb it back through. Make it look kind of natural. I have a close-up mirror here and then a far-away mirror here, so I can kind of see how it really is looking. And I can see, can't really look in the phone, but right here is lighter than right here. So I'm just gonna kind of go like that just a little bit. And for now, that's all I'll do, because when I do my eyeshadow or touch up with foundation, it always looks different. So for now, that is all I will do. And I just go back to these. And I just touch up just a little bit. I really barely get any on. Just go right under the brow. And just blend all of that in. And then, so you don't have just strokes of it. And then I can go above the brow like this. Just so it kind of looks natural and you can't really see the makeup on my skin. That's the purpose of this. Okay, that's it. And then I move on to my eyeshadow. So I start out with just a cheaper colors, just kind of with the basics. You can see what I use most. But I just get kind of a stiff brush like this, and I'm getting this lighter color here, and I'm just gonna go right in the arch ever so softly, just right here, right under the brow to highlight it. And then I just get a blending brush like this, I'm gonna use this color here, tan color, orangey. I don't really know what it is. Just about that much. Just right here in the crease, the upper. I've got really big eyelids, so I do this. Kind of a base color. Kind of just shadow right here on the bone area, which really highlights here. And then I will get this. And about a brush like this, and I get the light pink. Just put a little highlight color. Just kind of blend it in. And then I get an angled brush like this, and I get kind of a darker, kind of a purpley, and I just hold it like this, and then I just kind of angle it right there, and just kind of lightly lift up. And then again for the other eye. Just need a little more color. It's just kind of my everyday look. I like purple. And then I will get this kind of a brush in this, and I'll just do I'll use these colors, these three colors. Just do the neutral ones first. Just kind of lightly go here. And then do that. Just the sparkly one. Just kind of over the top of what I just did. Just to kind of highlight it, I guess. Make it a little more fun with a little sparkle. And then that same brush I used earlier for that light pink, I'll do it again, and I'm just gonna do these two colors just ever so lightly. And it just kind of brightens it up just to be a little sparkly again. Just kind of fun. Not too much, because as you can see I'm wearing kind of a darker. But if I really wanted, if I was wearing kind of light colors or wanted that sparkle to pop, I would do less. I probably wouldn't even have done the purple and just mostly these. And done a lot of that pink, it would have really highlighted it. Okay, so I've just got a blending brush, no color on it, and I really am just doing it just to blend, so I don't have splotches, and you can't tell like when one color starts and one color ends. It's a fluffy brush and an angled brush, so it's great. It's my favorite. Okay, and then I go back to this. And I'm really gonna do a highlighter. I'm gonna get this brush again, and I'm gonna do these two colors right here. Just get a little bit kind of mixed together right under that brow line. Just right in that arch. Just to highlight it. And then that blending brush again. Kind of helps it. Then I've got an angle fan brush. I'm gonna do those two colors again. Just kind of highlight it a little bit. And then now looking at my eyes, I like to darken it. So then I'm just gonna kind of go like this. And then fill it in. Just kind of comb it over it. But just kind of comb through it so it has that natural look. As you can see, it really has like the combed natural look. My brows right here naturally grow up, and I usually trim them just a little bit because they grow really long and I do not like it, but I just trim them just to kind of be natural. That's really all I do. It's pretty easy. Then the next things I do, if I want to highlight a little bit more, I'll get this. I usually get a lot of my makeup either from Walmart or Ulta. I don't usually go to Sephora or MAC or anything. I kind of like the cheaper stuff. Not because I don't want to have nice makeup, just you don't have to have expensive makeup to make your face look nice. So I kind of go the cheaper things. Ulta can be pricey, but anyway, so this is my blush brush, and I use that same one to use kind of the pinkish highlighter. Just do one tap in, another one. And then my powder brush for the two ones right there. I don't want too much because it can get a little sparkly. Then I get my found brush and I just do that kind of cream color, just a little bit right there. You can't see in this lighting, but it does show up. You can kind of see right there. Okay, and then I get this Revlon, and I mean these kinds come with a sponge. As you can see, I've tried it, but it's not my favorite. I like so much more like a brush. So I'll just kind of like go like that. And just go lightly, because right here my neck is kind of white. It doesn't really get the sun. And then I don't want like the line. Just a little bit on my ears. I don't do too much on my neck. Just very light. And then again, just right here. I put foundation kind of everywhere on my face, and it's very close to my natural color. So I really don't try to put too much powder on. As you can see, I'm more just blending. I haven't even put more color, hardly tapping, hardly. I mean, there's like nothing on that. It's about as much as that as I use. And then I go to this, a bronzer. And it's kind of got a little sparkles. You can't really see because it's not that sparkly. And I'll get kind of an angled brush like this, and I'll hold it up here so it's not like super, I don't know, it's not super dark. Just go like this. And just kind of, I already kind of naturally have that line, but if you don't know where to go, and I just go about halfway through. And then just a little bit lightly, really lightly. And just blend it up. And get this brush. Out of that, and then it broke, but then I used my blush, just this color. I only use a little bit of that. That I got, I'll use this brush again, from Sephora, just like barely any on it. Oh, I got a little ball. I don't like to do right here. I just do all the sides. And that's about it. I'll go in better lighting so you can see, because it's kind of hard to see right here, the final product, final finish. But let me see if I can get some light in here to show you the highlights. That lighting was pretty bad, but that's what I do every day. It's my everyday look. I don't do highlight every time, but that is kind of the eyeshadow I do. So that's it. Thanks.